Blog Talk Radio.
What up, though? It's Guido here. That was fucking Imaginary Dragons. It's a new band I'm getting into, the rock band. Go keep them out. That was Radioactive, one of their singles. Basically, that song's basically about waking up from bullshit that's happening all around you and finally seeing the truth and going after to seek for more truth. And because of that, you're looked upon as something gross or whatever, so you're radioactive to everybody else. And that's kind of what I want to get into tonight with the whole underground news and shit like that. I don't know if anybody's been following shit, but apparently Psychopathic is crumbling. Fucking crumbling, you know? Now, whenever I say that, I don't mean financial-wise, because they're fucking millionaires, you know? But artist-wise, and the roster and all that, fucking crumbling big time with the loss of fucking Twisted and apparently Blades now. Well, we'll let Jay up on here.
What up, though?
What up, though?
Shit. Just, chilling here, fucking calling into the old Real Talk Radio to see what the fuck's going on.
Alright, let's put Dominic up on here.
What up?
What up?
If nobody knows, that's Violent J, my best impression I can come up with for Violent J.
Dude, did you hear that fucking DJ? Did you hear DJ Fillin's impression of him on that fucking radio show?
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
That's fucking great.
That's
That
for the
shit was hilarious.
That's for the homegirl Caitlin, because she was like, "Is there gonna be any Violent J impersonations?" I'm like, "Just wait and see." So,
well, you know, Caitlin, we family.
we family.
Yeah, can I get a poop? Can I get a poop poop? Poop poop?
That's worse than when I'm having an asthma attack. That's what it's like.
It sounds like it. It sounds like it. But still, fucking, let's get into that DJ Villain interview. That was not an interview. That was a fucking shoot. And what a shoot is wrestling terminology for whenever someone breaks out of their character and just is completely real and ruthless. And he was shooting on Violent J. You know, like, he wasn't doing his DJ gimmick like he normally has, you know, like on Psychopathic Radio where he's like, boom, bye, you know, and hanging out, being a lovable guy, you know. He was being down to earth, fuck everybody.
He ain't no lovable anymore. He's not lovable anymore.
Right? You know, but still, like, he was like, fuck everybody, you know, over there, other than Twisted and Blaze. That's what it sounded like, you know. But he made a shit ton of good points because Twisted, they ain't got no promotion, you know, for Heartbroken and Homicidal album.
Dude, Twisted's the best thing that ever happened to Psychopathic, period. Best thing that ever fucking happened to Psychopathetic Records.
Psychopathetic Records?
Still, dude. Still, like, they're the best people on the label besides Blaze, I would say.
Yeah, Blaze is right up there. I was just listening to Blaze back in the day when he was fucking Two Crazy Devils and Twisted with House of Crazies, and you know what I mean? So I was kind of bummed out when everybody fucking went to Psychopathic and started painting their faces and shit, but I mean, I still stuck with Twisted, and a little bit of Blaze's shit I still like, but yeah, I'm just glad that they're gone.
Right.
I'm glad that they're gone too. It's just, okay, they left. Okay, I'm not tripping. I don't give two shits. I'm happy they're gone. Don't be butthurt about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I think Juggalos should, like, stop being butthurt all the time. It's like, the point of being a Juggalo is you've been an outcast and you don't really care anymore. That's my. What happened to that? You guys just like woke up one morning and be like, I want to scream and bitch about everything that happens now.
I'm having a hard time noticing the difference between a lot of Juggalos and these fucking emo goth fucking kids around, man. Seriously, because seeing a lot of fucking Juggalos that, yeah, well, shit, man, just a lot of them, dude. It's just I can't tell the difference.
Right.
You know how I tell the difference? Just go, who's going chicken on it? And if the fucking fakes will be like, what the fuck is that? That's how I do it. I swear to God. I have met like 10 Juggalos at the mall, and they're like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, okay, you're not a fucking Juggalo. Get away from me. Get the fuck away from me if you don't know that song. Get away.
That was one of the first songs I ever heard by them, too, man.
Right.
You're
I heard that song, too. I heard that song when I was in 3rd grade. Come on now. You know, come on now. Like, if you're in Michigan area, and if you know of ICP, you gotta know at least Chicken Huntin'. You know, that's like one of their songs that they're really known for. You know,
it's a really good song.
Well, it's a good song of theirs, you know, but still, like, that's one of their well-known songs, especially if you're from fucking Michigan. Like, I know kids that don't even know that song. And I have to school them. And then I feel retarded for schooling them. But, you know.
I just want to kill the kid. I'm like, okay, get the fuck away from me. But did you hear that Bang Pow Boom album? I'm like, get the fuck away from me before I kick your ass. That's not an album. That is a very sad attempt at an album.
Well, the thing is, though, it's that what I want to bring up with this topic that we have at hand is that the fact that fucking Esham predicted this, dude.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
Death of the
Everybody's
indie
been
label.
predicting this.
Death of the indie label mixtape. What do you think that was about? The death of Sky.
Psychopathic?
Straight up. Yeah. Straight up. And not everybody wants to believe me, and I've been preaching that for a while now. And
Well,
fucking...
Go ahead, my bad.
Oh, no, all right.
I was just going to say, you know how everybody got all pissed off about all that shit he was saying about Violent J a few years back, you know, when he left Psych and shit. And now look at everybody else fucking saying the same exact shit who's leaving Psych now. And it's like, man, how can these motherfuckers not admit that they were wrong now? You know what I mean? And be like, damn, maybe he was right. Maybe we shouldn't have fucking been so hard on the dude. You know what I'm saying? But see, everybody just wanted to jump on Violent J's dick. So, you know.
That's exactly
You know
how
what? I don't. You know what? Fuck people that don't see the truth. Okay, they've been drinking Kool-Aid for so fucking long, and it's so stupid how people don't see the bullshit behind Violent J's words. The
Dude, when he
fucking
started
bullshit
fucking... Go ahead, my bad.
like back in the day, I remember 2004 and 2005. I was like young, and I remember fucking hearing Esham and shit. Like hearing him on like Psychopathic, I never felt his music, and I know why, because that music was, no offense to Esham, the worst thing he ever created, because it was on Psychopathic Records. They watered him down so fucking much. I never felt his music.
I love it when Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm interrupting you now.
No, man,
Go.
it's all right. I'm interrupting you. I was just gonna say I love it how people when people say that they would have never heard of Esham if it wasn't for ICP. Well, you know, around here, man, a lot of motherfuckers say the same thing about ICP. They would know who fucking ICP was if it wasn't for Esham. You know what I mean?
Right.
It depends on where you're from, and the only reason that Esham got that exposure through Psychopathic is because, yeah, they're fucking well-known and popular, but how the fuck is that an argument for who makes the better music? That's the bottom line here, is who's the better artist, and it's always been Esham, but everybody just leans towards Psychopathic because they're the more popular one. They're the ones who are more famous.
I don't care. Famous or not, Esham's the best lyricist, best wicked shit artist. He's just playing. If you guys sit down one time, I'm telling you guys, just sit down, listen to two albums, two of my favorite albums, Dead Flowers and Closed Casket. You'll see why.
There were two great albums right there. Hell yeah. Those are two great albums to listen to.
Sit down and listen to that.
By the way, 734, whoever area's code that is, if you want me to let you on, just press 1. Just letting that
And
know.
Nodis, too. Check out some Nodis.
Life
fuck
After
yeah,
Death.
dude.
And Do You Believe in God? That's
There we go.
two
I'm gonna let 734 on. 734, you on? This Mordecai?
I think he's just listening. Yeah, he's just listening, I have a feeling.
Alright, we're good. Well, he's on if he wants to talk or whatever that is. But, you know, like, how it should be is fucking... Okay, this is how I think it should be. Look at fucking Strange Music. Alright, sure, they've gotten watered down, you know, over the past years, which is fucking obvious, you know. But look how fucking successful, and look at them just being them, you know. They're not trying to be like, they're not trying to go mainstream. Mainstream's going them. That's what Psychopathic should have done, you know? And that's what could have happened with RLP, but shit didn't go the right way due to Esham not being a really super good businessman, you know? But, you know what?
We're not going to lie about that. He's a very not good of a businessman. We're not going to lie about that.
Right, and that's...
He likes those titty bars too much.
What's that?
That's what I would do.
He likes the titty bars too much.
Remember, he started when he was 13 years old. What do you think a 14, 15, and 18-year-old's going to do with a lot of fucking money? They're going to spend it.
Exactly.
They're going to spend it. That's what I would do.
That's the only reason why, you know, that's the only reason why I see that he was like that, you know. Plus, Violent J and all them, they grew up in Ferndale. All right? right? They didn't have that hood-like mentality where as soon as you get money, you don't know what to do with it, so you just go off and spend it. Now, Isham, he grew up with that hood mentality where, oh shit, I have all this money. What do I spend it on? Oh, I'll go buy a car. You know? Instead of saving it, he went to go, he spent it, you know? Now, compared to ICP, they knew about saving shit, you know? Because they didn't have that street-like mentality and shit like that.
If people
That's
never
all
read Behind the Paint, you'll see that they did not grow up in the ghetto. Maybe later on in life.
No.
People, okay, if you guys
No.
read the Behind the Paint, like I did, I read the Behind the Paint, and then I looked up these places. That's not the ghetto. They did later on in their lives, but not when they're young, like Isham. Isham was born and raised in the ghetto.
Dude, if them motherfuckers went to Southwest Detroit with their fucking faces painted, talking about fucking whoop whoop juggalo shit,
They'll get pop.
they'd be lucky to walk out alive. Put it that way. Them motherfuckers in Southwest ain't on that bullshit. I don't know why they ever have people believe that shit if they knew what the fuck Southwest Detroit was like. It ain't nothing about
I
no
don't
fucking
even live in
ICP or
Southwest
juggalo.
Detroit.
That's the thing, Jay. Jay, that's the thing. Like, all these juggalos from different states, they believe everything that they say about that kind of shit. When in all actuality, have they ever gone to Southwest Detroit? No. Do they have
I don't
any
want to
friends?
because I'm afraid. What the fuck? I'm
Yeah.
afraid.
Do they have
to go
any-
over there.
Do they have any friends that live there? No. Do they have any family that lives there? No. Jay, you and I, we both have family from Detroit, so we can both
Yeah.
fucking vouch for that shit, you know? It's like,
Shit, man,
hey,
I used to date a bitch out in Southwest, man. That ain't no nice area out there, dog. That's gang territory right there. And it ain't no
Right.
ICP gang neither. It's some counts and fucking cash flows and other motherfuckers out there, man. It ain't for that bullshit.
fucking drug cartels and everything.
Well, Mexican town, shit.
Yeah.
It's, I don't even live there, and I know it's crazy.
You know.
People need to open their eyes and just realize, why don't Jay and Shaggy was, like, born and raised in a nice area, then later on in life, maybe, like, I think 16 or 17, they moved to the fucking ghetto.
Well, it's
Well,
not
I
like it's the dudes.
doesn't
they
matter.
say that
You know what
they-
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
that's not important because, you know, I've lived in nice areas, you know what I'm saying? Shit. So I it ain't about where you're from, really. It's where you're at and how you fucking carry yourself. And, you know what I'm saying? Them
Exactly.
motherfuckers just, they're see-through. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? They're see-through. That's the best way I can describe it. You know what I'm saying? They're not, I give them no credibility as far as street cred goes. You know what I'm saying? I never have as far as that goes. Even when I liked them, it was just more like I said, comedy rap. Like I would laugh at the shit when I got high. But as far as considering them gangsters and hardcore, fuck no, never.
I could probably beat the shit out of them. Bring me back. Bring me back when they were fucking younger. My age. I'll beat the shit out of them.
Dominic, there's a certain mentality that you could tell whenever someone's from the street here, and you know, like in Grand Rapids in general. You could tell by the way the person walks. You could tell by the way the person talks, right? But whether they grew up like in the hood or whatever. Like here in Grand Rapids, I know for sure that in the west side of Grand Rapids is more ghetto side than the east side. All right. East side's where all the rich kids and like doctors and all of them live at, right? West side is where fucking absolutely shit is. You know, there's drugs, there's gangs and all that craziness down there. And you can easily tell, you know, just like how the way like Violent J conducts himself in interviews and shit like that. Like the slang that he uses, you could tell that he's putting on a show, you know? Now if we were say fucking get Isham calling on here, whenever he talks with slang and all that, but he doesn't try to, you know, that's the biggest thing. Like, how many times do you hear Violent J and all of them say, dude, that's fresh as hell. That's fresh.
Watch an episode of fucking, that thing that they do with Fuse, dude. They use it all the fucking time.
Right. They try it. They try to act hood, you know? And that's why I see
hood.
through that bullshit. And they're not, you know? Like, sure, they grew up poor, you know? But not in a ghetto. They grew up, like, in a poor poverty area, like some rundown suburbs like I did, you know? but that doesn't mean that they didn't struggle. You know, I'm not trying to make it sound like that. You know, but they didn't came from the streets, if you will. You know, they came from a poor area like me. Like I grew up in a poor ass fucking suburban area. You know.
See, my problem ain't so much with how they started, but what they've become. You know what I mean? 'Cause,
Exactly.
you know, if they would have stayed on that
like
path that they were
Phil.
on in the early 90s, if they would have stayed on that track with their shit and kept it underground and kept it wicked, and when they made their millions, you know, giving it back to fucking where they got it from, which is RLP, then I'd still have respect for them to this fucking day. But, you know, now I walk into fucking Walmart and it's like goddamn fucking, somebody posted on Facebook a fucking something about a Hello Kitty Juggalo lunchbox. Like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like, that's what
Right.
it came to. It's a fucking ridiculous commodity now. It's just as bad as fucking Justin Bieber. You know what I mean? That's how I look at this
Yeah,
shit.
that's what fucking that DJ Philin dude said. DJ Philin, he said that, man, it's been a long time since Joe, and whenever he said Joe, he meant Violent J, since Joe had food stamps inside of his socks. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no
it's been
shit.
a long ass time since he had food stamps in his socks. Sure, he
Hell yeah.
knows how that feels. Sure, he knows how that feels. But it's been a long ass time. It's been at least 10 years.
You know what?
Yeah.
Like I said to
And,
you on the phone,
the thing is with Philin, the part that I love what he says, that he's still rapping like he's poor. Like if you're a poor son. Bitch, you have $1 million. You got cars. You got a mansion, motherfucker.
he's got a mansion. Give me a fucking mansion. No, like I said to you on the phone, give me a fucking cardboard box with cable and I'll be fucking happy. Give me some $1 million. I don't need a fucking house. Fuck that shit. Like,
Perfect example of a rapper getting rich and making a fucking great album that coincides with that shit is Bruce Wayne, man. The first track on that bitch, he's just like, time to make another million. And that whole shit is on some baller shit, you know what I mean? He wasn't even trying to talk about no being broke shit like he was on Dead Flowers. He was on some straight ballin' type shit. And that shit even sounded hood. You know, I don't even like when motherfuckers are talking about how much money they got and floss and all that shit, but he did that shit right. Now, when motherfuckers get rich, though, and just keep talking about, oh, man, I'm living on the streets and this and that, and when you know they're not, how can you take this shit seriously? You know what I mean?
I can't because it's like I can understand if you know how it feels to be poor, but you have no idea. Once you make that million, you can't be like, yeah, I still live on the streets. I'm still a scrub. No, motherfucker, you finally got a silver spoon in your mouth. Admit it.
Yeah.
You finally got that silver spoon shoved up your ass. So have fun.
Oh, Mordecai just hit me up on Facebook saying that if we knew, or did I know that people are blowing up about that Illuminati photo with Violent J's face on it, and he said that we should mention that. I
Yeah,
don't know if
dude,
you guys
that's
caught that.
pretty accurate photo, if you ask me.
I agree.
Pretty accurate.
I didn't even see it, and I probably would agree with it. If it shows anything with the Illuminati, it's probably the truth because I bet they already sold out.
Dude, I mean, look how much of the rest of the music industry has fucking already been shown to be part of the Illuminati. You think ICP's immune to that? Fuck no.
They're fucking probably
Fuck no.
part of it.
They're
They're
probably
just as
part
popular
of
as
it. to some
they're just as popular as the mainstream artists out there. The only difference is they can't get played on the radio because of their language, and that's it. That's the only difference between them and any other mainstream artist. Period.
I think the only, like, I'm not trying to hate, we're not trying to hate on Psychopathic Records right now. We're just trying to tell you guys the business-wise. Like, they're terrible, they're fucking lying to all of us with Blaze. If people believe that apology, you guys are fucking stupid. I'm sorry, you guys are fucking stupid if you believe that apology that he gave you.
Okay. Here's my opinion on that, Dominic. You know how Juggalos wanted a video apology for Esham, with him behind the camera and all that? That's what I want from Violent J. Until I don't get that, I will not accept his apology. Straight up.
I wouldn't. If I was Blaze, I wouldn't accept it anyway. I'll be like, motherfucker kicks me off the label and tries to apologize. Nigga Blaze, what the fuck is that?
Fuck all that.
I don't know, dude. There might be some behind-the-scenes business bullshit still yet. You know?
I'm sorry. Like, if I was Blaze, I would not accept this apology. I'm like, you motherfucker, you kicked me off the label, and I've been with you from the start. Fuck off. Go suck a dick.
Well,
That's what I would say.
Dude, they've always had beef.
Like, if people did not know this and people never paid attention and they never got their head out of their ass, if it wasn't for Twisted, we wouldn't have Blaze. If it wasn't for Blaze, we wouldn't have ABK. There's no, I see nothing to do with them.
Yeah, you killed Twisted off the label. If you cut them, then you cut the rest off, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I said, man. Twisted, man. That was what was making that label even worth fucking paying attention to for me. Once they left, I just said, yep, that's the last I'll ever buy anything Psychopathic if Twisted is gone.
Hey, Jay, we all know you hate ICP, but do you, like, would you consider yourself a Twisted, like, freak show, whatever their fans are called?
No. If anything, I consider myself a House of Crazies fan first and foremost.
So you're a House of, like, you still bump some Twisted here and there.
Yeah, but not anything like I used to. Honestly, I sold all my fucking, even my Twisted CDs, everything Psychopathic that I had as far as CDs go, I got rid of all that shit, and I just ripped all my Twisted CDs from my computer and shit. The only ones I would buy now and pay money for, like I said, is some House of Crazy shit. That would be
I
it
hope
as far
they
as
come
owning.
back. I really hope they release some shit. Like, I want to see that. Like,
What they should do, you guys, is they should fucking re-release it or repress it, you know what I mean? The old copies.
I thought that's what they're
Most
pointing
definitely.
to.
I don't know.
Like,
they got their fucking web store or whatever, clothing line or whatever it is, store coming up soon. So maybe in the future they might do like a fucking reunion show or tour or something like that, which I think that would be fucking ridiculous. I would
I
totally
think it would be sweet if they went on tour with Nodus or something, dog. Did they did some type of collaborations with RLP? That'd be the shit.
I can't wait for that web store to come up because the only way I'll ever fucking buy anything Twisted on HatchetGear.com is like if I can't find a CD or nothing and they don't have CDs up on there. That's the only way I'll buy anything. But once they launch this web, I'm not going to get my clothes from fucking Hatchet anymore. I'm going to fucking go Twisted.com. I'm not going to give ICP my money anymore.
No,
Fuck that.
that's what I'm saying. Fuck that.
And I can't wait
The other thing about Hatchet Gear, dude, is that every single T-shirt is exactly the same design, just with a new Twisted logo or with a new ICP logo slapped on the front, Hatchet Man slapped on the back. There's nothing ever new on that store. All it is like okay, fucking, what was the album before Abominations? What was it called?
Heartbroken
and Homicidal. That shit sucked, dude. I was so pissed off about that album.
I liked it.
Okay,
I liked it because it was emotional.
Well, all right, get this. They'll put the cover on the front, right? And then they'll put Hatchet Dude on the back, right? And then the new merch or whatever on on Hatchet Gear, there's Abominations on the front. On the type logo Twisted, like in words or whatever, the lettering. It's just a little bit different on the front, and then Hatchet Man on the back. That's the only thing that's different. And then they sell that shit for like $35, you know, just to rip your fucking money off. You know, that's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
Straight up bullshit.
When Twisted left, they should have, or fucking Psychopathic should have fucking stopped selling any type of Twisted merch. The way I look at it, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
if they're not
guys,
with your label anymore.
Get this. My friend Jennifer, who I go to metal shows with her, she just texted me, so what's going on with ICP? I'm not a fan. I've always hated them, but I know that you were a fan of them at one point. Just curious what's going on. She just texted me. Because apparently she just heard what happened, so I don't know.
Yeah,
like people. See, that just shows you how fucking mainstream they are. I literally just got a text message from my friend Jennifer, and she's like 30-something years old, and she's a fan of Mushroomhead and shit like that, you know.
You can't go anywhere in the world without seeing fucking Hatchet Man. You can't. There's nowhere you can go without seeing the shit.
I went to Disney World and saw Hatchet Man. So don't people.
Well, they were signed to Disney, so that makes sense.
But we're supposed to hate Disney. There's a difference. We're supposed to hate Disney. That's what I get at. Like, we're supposed to hate Disney because they fucked over icy people. I see, like, Hatchet Mans after Hatchet Mans. I met, like, 30 juggalos at Disney World. But they're nice. They're nice. Like, I met, like, old school juggalos. They're, like, in their 30s, and they're down to earth. Like, I had 3 juggalos come up to me. They're like, dude, you're probably the coolest young juggalo I've met ever. You're not whoop-whooping. You're not being annoying. You're just saying, hey, what's up, and walking away.
Well, you know, I got to say the same thing, man. Yeah, you're definitely one of the cool ones because, you know, from everything I've talked with you about, like either on Facebook or on the phone, you're pretty down to earth as far as young juggalos go.
Yeah, because it's just like...
That's how it should be, Dominic. That's how it should be. There shouldn't be all, grab like a nearby Fagel bottle or a bottle of soda, open it, and just squirt it on, you know? I've encountered people like that.
Someone.
No, seriously. I'm being dead honest right now. I went to a gas station, pumped gas for my mom, walked in there. I was wearing a Hatchet Man hat at the time, my red one, that I wore to the gathering, and this is like a week or two after the gathering. I went to the Speedway, right up on 44th and Eastern, right near where I live, right? And Jay, you know where that is. I walked inside
I know where
there.
your house. Yep.
Yeah, I walked inside there, went to pay gas. Some dude saw that. He was grabbing soda to begin with. He said, whoop, whoop, and he unscrewed the cap, dumped it all on my head. I'm like, the fuck are you doing? And I pushed him, and he fell on his ass. He's like, what's up? What the fuck, fam? I'm like, I ain't your fam. I paid for gas and walked out. Mom was like, what the hell happened?
Fucking jaw out, dude. Oh, my God, dude.
Oh, my God, I would have strangled that motherfucker.
My mom's like, what the hell happened? And I'm like, some fucking juggalo just drenched me with soda. She's like, ha ha, that's funny. She got humor out. And I'm like, no. You don't do that. You only do that if you're at like a concert or something, you know? Only in an appropriate environment, you know?
Dude, I would have fucked, like, you have no idea. I would have beat the motherfucking... You would have seen me on the evening news. Dude, I would have strangled his ass. Like, not even joking.
The kid was like 15 years old. I couldn't do shit, so...
I would have kicked his ass. I don't give a shit. I would have grabbed that soda can and made him swallow it.
Yeah. As soon as he said whoop whoop, I would have been like, hey man, calm down with the fucking language, dude. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need to have all that shit here.
Like who does that? That's not normal. Like I can understand like walking up to be like, "What's up, fam?" At least like you like that's okay. But when you grab a soda can and dump it over someone's head, it's like, really, bitch, really?
Dude, I used to say fam all the time, like talking with my homeboys or you know just with people I'd be kicking it with, you know, who were cool. I'd call them fam or whatever. But then once I started hearing all the juggalos saying it all the time and the way that they're using the shit is calling each other family and shit. I don't even like saying the word anymore now. Like just like fucking I don't like saying I listen to Wicked shit anymore even because unless I'm writing it and I can spell it with a T, motherfuckers are gonna automatically assume, oh man, you're a juggalo. No, dude, the Wicked. That's why I say acid rap. That's why I always call the shit acid rap when I'm talking about it.
That's why I call it that too, man. I call that as well, and people are like, what the fuck? And I'm like, exactly. It's exactly what you think.
You know?
Like, here, when my friends, like, because I'm in this photography club, and I run it, too, I see people that see my Hatchet Man, and they're like, yo,
look out, we got a badass over here.
Huh?
I said, look out, we got a badass over here. You're on your own club. Oh, no.
No, dude, I'm a photographer. I teach. Dude, I love photography. And they see my Hatchet Man, and they're like, oh, you're a juggalo. I'm like, no, I consider myself a juggalo, but they say, oh my God, you listen to Insane Clown Posse. I'm like, no. I do not listen to Insane Clown Posse. I listen to everybody else except them. Everybody else. And they're like, that makes no sense. I'm like, listen, I've been around, and I think ICP right now can suck my dick. And they're like, really? And I met like 2 juggalos that completely cursed me out for saying this. But I'm like, It's not my fault. I dislike the music. Bang Paul Boom can suck my dick. Mighty Death Pop shouldn't even be an album. And the next one, I can't wait because you guys are going to hear about a 20-minute rant of me cursing this album out. Because it's I can't stand looking at Mighty Death Pop and Bang Paul Boom and then remembering what the original 6 was. What it meant to kids like me, you, Lucas, you, Jay. Those were our shit. It was like a great album. They had great messages. But now it's like, what the fuck is this?
There's no nothing, dude. It's just senseless. Like, I mean, I was talking to Fat Man Jers on the phone. He called me up the other day because he hasn't talked to me or whatever. He's a YouTuber, juggalo, you know, down there, cool ass dude, all right? Cool dude. Shout out to you, Jers. But he's like, man, we were just talking about the Twisted thing, right? And we're just like, man, nowadays, like ICP albums now, like the songs, like they have to spell it out to you so you know what their message is. Like the song to catch. No, listen to me. Like he's they spell it out to you. You know, they make it absolutely clear. Like, hey, like the song "Catch a Predator." That's an awesome song, but instead of sneaking like a message in it, you know, like Echo Side or something like that, you know, they fucking it's like, hey, we're gonna kill a predator. Hey, we're gonna chop his head up. Hey, we're gonna kill a predator. Hey, we're gonna kill a predator. You know, it's like
the hook on that song. I just like the concept of that song. Really, I mean, as far as the melody and the hook and everything went, it wasn't all that great at all. But that was what I'm saying. The concept of it was dope.
They could have made it into like an album like Halls of Illusion. Like, hey, this is what you fucked up, and we're gonna show you why. You know, and this is what you could have been.
What is I think me and you talked about this, Lucas, about the fucking concept behind that album. It makes no sense.
There is no sense to it. The whole Bang Paul Boom thing, there is no sense to it. The whole Mighty Death Pop.
It stopped making sense a long time ago.
Yeah, exactly, Jay. Exactly. Still, like, there's no sense sorority of it, you know? Like, the last old shit, you know, the old 6 Joker card things, you know? They all had a feel to it. They all had a certain message behind it. This new shit fucking doesn't. There's no sense of it. What they should have done is they should have retired after the Tempest and just do fucking Joker card tours. Like
release solo music.
They should have done. That's what they should have done.
No, they're too worried about being on TV.
Oh, I know.
I see them on TV, like on Tosh.0 and shit. I'm like, really? And you guys call yourself underground still?
That's what fucking cracks me up.
That's the thing.
I love Tosh.0, but
in the interview that they did online, whenever he said that Blaze was off the label, people were saying,
that's a bullshit interview.
I know.
Listen.
He said that there was a question saying, how can you guys not go mainstream? Why can't you go back to what the original was? And Jay answered, what do you mean mainstream? And the guy in the question mentioned Fuse TV. How can you be on Fuse TV and be mainstream? And the response question was, we're not mainstream. Fuse TV is not even a mainstream television program. Violent J must not know shit, because anybody that has normal Comcast cable gets Fuse TV.
Dude, do you know how many TV shows? Do you know how many different TV shows have done a Juggalo episode? Because I can name off about 10 right now off the top of my head, dude. And like 5 of them are on Adult Swim.
Name 10.
Okay, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia did one. Workaholics did one. Aqua Teen Hunger Force did one. Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Squidbillies did one. Shit, man. Trying to think who the fuck else. Mad TV. Well, shit, that wasn't really a Juggalo episode, but they was on Mad TV. They did that fucking parody of. They did that parody of them on Saturday Night Live.
Okay,
shit, man. I'm trying to think. I know I've seen others too, man. They've been
Family
all
Guy.
over the fucking TV. Family
Guy. South Park.
South Park. Yep.
Drawn Together. back in the day did one that was a long time. I think it was in like their last season. They mentioned Juggalos, or they made fun of clown. It was a hint towards Juggalos because the creator
And
of
that Tosh.0 was great because to me it was just like they was just clowning the fuck out of Juggalos and ICP and all that shit. But
the kid
you know,
was
you
dumb
got
as
Jay.
hell.
Yeah,
The
they
kid
made them
was
look
dumb
like
as hell.
retards, but they're taking it as a compliment. Like, oh, we were on Tosh.0. Dude, he was clowning you motherfuckers. He just basically was just making you look like idiots.
Okay, does anybody see how dumb that kid was? Why do you think Daniel Tosh, he's a terrible comedian, he's a good talk show host, but have you guys ever paid attention to that interview and saw the smile on Daniel Tosh's face? Why do you think he picked that kid? Because he knew he didn't know shit.
Trolling. That
shit was hilarious.
Troll.
I laughed my ass off.
You guys, Tosh.0, he's a straight-up troll in general, alright?
Oh, yeah.
Regardless. And little did you know, he even said in an interview once that he was a juggalo back in the day.
Yeah, he did. Yep.
And there's pictures online of him in clown paint back in the day. All you have to do is just fucking Google the Tosh.0 juggalo face paint or something like that and Google images.
I'm doing it right now.
You know? And he's on there. You just gotta search a little bit, but he's there, you know? He has old photos from back whenever he was really young, whenever he was a teenager. He got into that juggalo shit. And then he got out there.
Do you know another thing that's funny about juggalos? And I'm not trying to knock juggalos. I'm just saying it's just something I've noticed is that with juggalos, you can always tell, like 90% of the time, you can tell a juggalo when you see one. They dress like a juggalo. They look like a juggalo. They try to act like a juggalo. It's an appearance almost. It's almost like a character that they're fucking playing to. Whereas like motherfuckers like Suicidalist and shit, you wouldn't know one if you saw one. You know what I mean? The only way you would know somebody listened to fucking Esham or something is if you saw a tattoo. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? We're just normal motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to be to look a certain fucking way or fucking act a certain way based on the fucking music. We're just act like ourselves and relate to the music when we listen to it. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing, Jay. I've been called a scene kid. Do I look like a guy that wears skin-tight pants, tight-ass shirts, has a weird-ass hairdo, and fucking listens to Blood on the Dance Floor? No, I do not. So I'm not a scene kid or a scene hopper or whatever the fuck they keep on labeling me. You know, I just prefer the original shit versus the carbon copy. You know, which is psychopathic.
You grew out of it, man. You grew out of that
too.
shit, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? People are giving you shit because you're growing out of something, and it's just ridiculous.
It's no different than people growing out fucking cartoons or some shit, you know? They're growing out of, I don't know.
That's what it is, really. It's cartoons.
Like, listening to NSYNC. How many kids my age listened to NSYNC whenever they were young? And then eventually grew out of the boy band type
I
music,
did.
right? Exactly. It's no different than that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I personally
do.
I love the Six Joker cars. I love the aftermath, the story behind, like, the skies are falling, it's the end of the Six Joker card hits, it's like the end is falling, and then after that, I hate it. But I will always consider myself a juggalo because I love the music. I love some of the people. I love going to concerts, but I'm not a normal juggalo. I don't paint my face. I don't go around screaming whoop whoop all the fucking time. Maybe at a concert, I don't consider everyone my family. That's ridiculous. And I don't know. Like, I'm not a normal. Like, I wear T-shirts. That's the only way you could tell me I'm a juggalo, because I wear T-shirts and necklaces and shit.
Yeah. See, that's the way it should be, man. It should be something that you'll always fucking, you know what I'm saying, consider yourself without having to fucking tell everybody about it and fucking, you know what I mean, announce it to the fucking world so you can get attention, because that's what a lot of these motherfuckers are doing. They're just attention seekers. They just want to stand out and be different so they can freak out the normal, quote-unquote, normal people. I think anybody who's not a juggalo is fucking, the normal people / enemies of the fucking world, where it's just like, really, dude? I mean, we're just living in reality. That's all.